Hi everyone, welcome to the live stream about our beautiful Arduino Nano Matter. I'm Stefano, with me we have Marta.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be here today. I hope you will enjoy this session.
So, are you ready to talk about this little guy here?
This one.
We have many things to say today, so let's start right away. First of all, we wanted to ask you, as the product manager of the Arduino Nano Matter, a little product overview.
Of course.
You have some slides, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go ahead.
We can share a bit the slides.
So while they upload the slide, can you give us a little product overview?
Of course. So the Nano Matter is this really cute and tiny board over here that we have developed together with our great colleagues from Silicon Labs. You will meet a few of them in a few minutes. This board, as the name says, enables Matter to the Nano ecosystem. Maybe not all of you are really familiar with Matter. Matter is a really great protocol for home and building automation applications. So whenever you would like to create your own smart home device, that might be a light bulb, it might be a smart fan, whatever you like, you can use this kind of protocol in order to make it fully compatible with all others smart home devices that you already have at home. So for instance, if you have an Alexa, Google Home, Apple Pod, whatever you prefer, then you can just program your Nano Matter to be the device that you are actually expecting, and then start interacting with it through the other ecosystem, so through Alexa, Apple, or Google Home. So this tiny board is in the really popular form factor of the Nano that you are all already probably familiar with. And so it's really small and tight, but at the same time it's full of resources because it includes Matter as connectivity, but also Bluetooth. And on the headers and the castellated pins that you have on the sides of the board, you have access to other peripherals. So if you would like to connect other devices, other sensors to the system, you can do that right away, really simply.
Yeah, and why castellated pins?
Yeah, well, castellated pins are great features because they don't only allow you to connect directly sensor, but you can even solder this really tiny board on a custom carrier and directly expose all the connectors that you might need. So if you need some specific connector there, you just solder it really easily and it's ready for production, basically.
Yeah, it's mass production oriented by design.
Exactly.
So what are the onboard components? Can you tell us a little more about?
Of course. So the brain that is behind this product is the NGM24 from Silicon Labs, which is the main microcontroller of the board. This is an M33 microcontroller with 78 megahertz of clock frequency. And in the same footprint, we also have Matter over-thread connectivity. And we have also Bluetooth connectivity, so you can choose whatever you prefer. Then, of course, if you would like to implement your new Matter device, then you need to select Matter as the main connectivity protocol. In addition to that, we have a couple of push buttons that are user programmable, so you can do whatever you like with them. A USB-C connector that allows to power on the board, but also to do debugging directly over USB. That this is a
Okay, we should be back.
Sorry about that. So in addition to that, we have also a really tiny antenna that is already embedded on the product. So you can directly connect to your preferred connectivity protocol from there. On the sides, as I was mentioning before, we have plenty of resources. So we have different interfaces available, like serial, like I2C, SPI, UART, PWM, and then also digital and analog IOs directly available there. So you can access them, as I was mentioning, either through soldering the headers that come together with the product, or if you would like to solder directly the board on a custom carrier. That's your choice. And then we also have, of course, an LED that can allow you to do the simple blink that you are all familiar with, but also to, for instance, develop directly a smart light bulb in a really, really tiny footprint.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but we have a question from the audience that they're asking, what is the difference, and it just went away, between Nano ESP32 and Nano Matter?
Okay, so Nano Matter has been designed to do matter over thread, which is a really, really great feature. While on the other end, the ESP32 is doing matter over Wi-Fi. So it's something a bit different because Wi-Fi protocol is used instead of thread. But the main differentiator is actually the library that we developed together with Silicon Labs, because the library that you can use together with the Nano Matter is a dedicated library that allow you really, really simply with the standard Arduino IDE and the standard Arduino programming language to program your Matter device. So you can choose any type of profile that you would like to implement. You have tons of ready-to-use example there. You just flash it on the board and you're ready to go.
But we'll see more about it in later later sessions. So thank you, Marta. Back to your presentation. So we talked about the tech specs, what's on board on the Nano Matter. Let's talk about some applications. So what can you actually do with this product?
Well, with Matter, you can do plenty of stuff, as we were saying earlier. So Matter is a protocol that allows you to easily connect to a different kind of ecosystem, because we have access to, Alexa, Google Home, Apple Pod, and so on and so forth, leveraging Matter over thread.
Okay, that's interesting. And now I think many people will ask, but what is actually Matter? So how does it work?
Yeah, Matter is a really, really simple and straightforward protocol that we will see also better in the next intervention from Bella Verga, which is our colleague from Silicon Labs, marketing manager.
Check it out.
Hello everyone, my name is Béla Varga, Partner Product Manager from Silicon Labs, and I'm happy to participate in today's event. We are here to discuss an exciting new product that makes working with Matter one of the most transformative standards in the low-power IoT space easier and more accessible than ever. Whether you are a developer, hobbyist, or industry professional, this solution opens up endless possibilities for innovation. So let's dive right in. First, what is Matter? Matter is a new open standard for smart home and IoT devices, supported by industry leaders like Amazon, Apple, Google, Samsung, and many more. It ensures devices work seamlessly across ecosystems. If you see the Matter logo on a device, you know it's compatible across platforms. You can connect and control devices, whether you are using Amazon Alexa, Google Home, or Apple HomeKit, for example. Matter is also reliable. It provides local connectivity, meaning your devices stay operational even when the internet is down, provided the selected board or router supports this function. Security was also a priority during its design, with authentication and end-to-end encryption ensuring your data is protected. Matter is built on IP-based protocols and works over Wi-Fi, Ethernet, and Thread. The Arduino Nano Matter board supports Matter over Thread, ensuring flexibility and scalability for both developers and users. Now, let's talk about what makes this new product so unique. Our goal with the Arduino Nano Matter and the Arduino Matter software library was to democratize this new IoT standard. This isn't just another Matter development kit, it's powered by the Arduino Matter library, which simplifies Matter development like never before. Here is how. The high-level API and abstraction layer allow developers to focus on creating applications instead of dealing with complex protocol layers. You can quickly build a proof of concept, a minimum viable product, or even a final product without needing deep protocol expertise. What makes it even better? It integrates seamlessly with Arduino's advanced hardware and ecosystem solutions. And you won't be alone. Arduino's vibrant developer community has over 36 million active members ready to collaborate and share solutions. Whether you are just starting or tackling a complex project, support is available throughout the entire development process. This kit is designed for everyone, from hobbyists to industry professionals. Makers will love the accessibility and simplicity, but it's also packed with industrial-grade components for professional use. That means you can take a project from concept to production without needing to switch tools. Beyond Matter, this kit supports Bluetooth Low Energy and will soon support other protocols like Zigbee and BLE Mesh in the future. This makes it perfect for a wide range of applications, whether you are working on home automation, industrial environments, building automation, home appliances, or many more use cases. The modular, scalable nature of this kit ensures it's not just a starting point, but a solution for advanced, professional-grade products. So to wrap things up, this development kit is a game changer. It lowers the barrier to entry for working with Matter, making it easier than ever to create innovative IoT solutions. It's perfect for makers and professionals alike, offering flexibility and power to suit any project. And with Arduino's robust ecosystem and community support, you will have everything you need to succeed. I believe this is the easiest and quickest way to start Matter development today. I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to share this with you today. I'm excited to see what you will build with this revolutionary product. Together, let's push the boundaries of IoT innovation. If you have any questions, of course, or want to dive deeper, feel free to reach out in the comments or through our developer community. Thank you very much.
And we're back. Thank you, Bella. So we have a question from the chat asking about this sleepy end devices support. Do we have it?
Unfortunately, not yet. We don't support it yet, but there are plans to implement it in the next future. So please stay tuned to our GitHub repository.
So thank you, Marta, both you and Bella, and every time we talk about Matter, home automation and building automation are a good application that's easy, but it's way more, right? We're forecasting industrial applications as well, condition monitoring and so on. But now let's deep dive a little more on, let's get hands-on, technically speaking. So how about we show a cool, easy to understand guide from Martin Luker, application training manager at Silicon Labs, that will show you how easy and quick it is to get started with the Nano Matter. Check it out.
Hello, I'm Martin Luker, an Applications Training Manager here at Silicon Labs. In this section, I want to show you how easy it is to create your own Matter over Thread applications for the Nano Matter board using Arduino's IDE. I'll also show you how to bring your own devices into the major Matter ecosystems from the likes of Google, Amazon, and Apple. I'll also direct you to additional resources that will help you on your Matter development journey. Let's dive straight in with the Arduino IDE. If you don't already have the Arduino IDE, you can download and install it for your platform from the Arduino software page. Board support and the Matter libraries are provided through the Silicon Labs Arduino core. The Boards Manager can be opened from the button on the left of the IDE's main window. In the search box, enter Silicon Labs. Then click the Install button to install the core. The Boards Manager can then be closed. To configure the board in the Arduino IDE, select the Device drop-down, then click Select Other Board and Port. On the left, search for Matter and select the Arduino Nano Matter entry. You can also select the SparkFun Thing Plus Matter if you are working with that board. For the Silicon Labs XG24 based boards, search for XG24. There are also a couple of Bluetooth-only Silicon Labs boards, the XG27 Dev Kit and the BGM 220p Explorer Kit. You can also search for these boards to make use of them. Note, these two boards are unable to run Matter applications as they don't have a thread radio, but they can be used to create Bluetooth applications. Support for additional boards will be added in the future. For this video, I'm going to select and continue with the Arduino Nano Matter board. Next, connect the board to the PC with the USB-C connector, and the COM port assigned to the board will appear in the Ports section on the right-hand side. Select the appropriate COM port and you are ready to start developing. The protocol stack to use can be selected from the Tools menu. To develop Matter applications, select Matter. If you want to develop Bluetooth-only applications, select the BLE option. Finally, the None option is for applications that make no use of the radio. Selecting one of these last two options removes libraries from the build that you're not making use of, and so speeds up compilation and makes more flash and RAM memory available for your application. To transfer binary files to the board, the correct flash programmer needs to be selected from the Tools Programmer menu. If you are working with a Silicon Labs or SparkFun board, select Simplicity Commander. For the Arduino Nano Matter board, which I'll be using in this video, select Open OCD. Before building and flashing an example, I'm going to first program the bootloader by selecting Tools Burn Bootloader from the main menu. You only need to burn the bootloader the first time you use a board, as it ensures that applications can be started correctly. You may also choose to reburn the bootloader when swapping between different Matter device types or moving a device from one Matter network to another. This is because Matter credentials are stored in non-volatile memory, and the process of burning the bootloader also erases this data. If you have an application programmed, it will also be erased when burning the bootloader. Matter examples are created from the File, Examples, Matter menu entry. For this video, I'm going to create the Matter Lightbulb Dimmable example. With the bootloader in place, the Upload button can be used to compile and flash the application. While the application compiles, I'm going to enable the serial monitor, ready to commission it into my Matter network. With the application compiled and programmed, it is now ready to be commissioned into the network. First, I need to get the QR code for the device. This is output to the serial monitor on startup. If it is missed after programming, simply reset the board, then copy the URL into a browser window. I'm going to join it to the network formed by my Amazon Echo Show 8 Smart Assistant using the mobile application. Go to the Devices page and click the Add Device button. Then select Add Device from the pop-up. Scroll down to the bottom of the device type list and select Other. When prompted, select the Matter logo. When asked if the device has a Matter logo, click Yes. And also click Yes when asked if the device is powered on. Then click Scan QR code on the next screen and scan in the code. On Amazon, you may encounter a message saying the device is not Matter compatible. This is due to the Arduino examples using Matter test certificates. You can simply click Yes here to continue. Next, select the thread network you want to join the device to. I have two running here, both Google and Amazon. I'll select the Amazon network. When the device is found and connected, click Next. You can optionally add the device to a group. I'm going to skip this step, and then the light needs to be set up. Two new devices will appear in the device list. The one named first device is created as a hub containing the other device types. This is a side effect of the Matter devices being created in the device at runtime. I'm going to rename it to Arduino Light Hub in the interface. Note, the hub device just acts as a container. It does not contain any device functionality. The actual light device type is named First Light, and I can go into the settings to rename it. We can now control the light, turning it on and off using the controls in the app, and we can also adjust the brightness. Voice commands can also be used, either via the app or the Smart Assistant. Computer, turn off Arduino Light.
Okay.
Before we move on, I want to mention that the source code APIs have been constructed so they are easy to work with. Matter support that is common to all device types is brought in using the matter.h header file. In the examples, these APIs are used in the setup function to bring the device into the network. We also have objects that encapsulate the different device types. Here we've brought in the matter lightbulb.h header that allows the creation of on-off, dimmable and full color bulb objects. For devices that react to incoming commands, like the dimmable bulb, the objects represent the logical state of the device, updating their member values as matter commands are received. These are polled in the loop function, and the hardware, the LED for our example here, is updated appropriately when changes in the logical values are detected. Where data needs to go the other way, such as in sensors, the loop function monitors the hardware and updates the logical values in the device type object. This will cause other devices in the network that are monitoring these values to be notified of the change. To get you started, if you go to the File, Examples, Matter menu, you will find almost 30 Matter examples that are included in the Silicon Labs Arduino core, along with many other non-Matter examples for the board. The Nano Matter user manual on the Arduino website provides information on the hardware platform, including a pinout diagram. It will walk you through the installation of the Silicon Labs core for Arduino and introduce the traditional Blinky application to ensure that everything is set up correctly. It then goes on to show how to create and flash the color light bulb Matter example, including how to commission the device into Google Home, Amazon Alexa, Apple Home, or Home Assistant ecosystems. And for Home Assistant, it goes deeper with the integration into Arduino Cloud. There are also details on working with Bluetooth and the onboard hardware and peripherals. For pinout diagrams for non-Arduino boards, visit the Silicon Labs Arduino repository on GitHub, and you'll find them in the README. You can also access the source code for the Silicon Labs core for Arduino here.
So that's easy.
Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we got a question from the chat, which I think Martin already partially answered. So maybe you want to integrate. Is it possible to integrate the Arduino Nano Matter with Apple Home over Matter?
Yeah, of course it is. And if you check on our user manual on docs.arduino.cc, you will find an example showing how to do that really easy. Just keep in mind that basically you need to use an hub that needs to be Matter over Thread, because our device is a Matter over Thread node. They are really, really popular. And in the case of Apple, for instance, you can take any HomePod Gen 2 or even the HomePod Mini or even an Apple TV 4K Ethernet, and it will work right away without problems. But now we have seen how to get started with the Nano Matter, and it, as Martin showed, it's really, really easy and straightforward, even if you are not a super professional developer. So Stefano, what are you thinking about doing with this product now?
Well, I'm of course integrating some more lighting application in my house to play with my lights, and also next step is to integrate my thermostat.
Wow, that
How
would
about
be
you?
amazing. That would be really amazing. I'm also thinking about integrating it in my air conditioning system to control the temperature of the room.
HVAC.
Yeah,
Interesting.
exactly.
So maybe I have some other ideas for you. Yeah. You want to see how to do your dimmable light, for example, or connect your occupancy sensors to understand which room has actually presence. And last but not least, design your cool, smart mood light.
A smart mode, like, wow, amazing. I really would like to see it.
Yeah, so check it out. Again, from Martin Luker from C-Labs.
This video includes the setup of the IDE and the creation, commissioning and operation of the dimmable light you have just seen, but also offers a deeper look into how the dimmable light code works. It then goes on to enhance that application by adding a string of WS2812 LEDs and animating changes in brightness over time by turning on or off LEDs in the string. The code for this enhanced dimmable light can be found in Silicon Labs training examples repository on GitHub. We also have a couple of DevLab videos that walk through the creation of additional project-based examples. The first, Matter Occupancy Sensor, shows how to add a cheap PIR sensor to the board and code, bringing the device into a Matter network to monitor the status of the sensor. It also shows how to set up routines in the Amazon app to turn a light on when in the occupied state and off when in the unoccupied state. The second creates a mood light using WS2812 LEDs. This single physical device incorporates two color light endpoints that appear as two separate bulbs in the ecosystem apps. A plasma effect is generated using colors from the gradient between the two colors set in the logical bulbs. Some of the examples in the IDE also demonstrate single physical devices containing multiple logical devices. The code for these two dev labs can also be found in the Silicon Labs training examples repository on GitHub.
And we're back. Thank you again, Martin. So we have another question from the chat for you, Marta.
Yeah.
Is it possible to connect one Matter device to multiple ecosystems? For example, to control one appliance with an Apple HomePod and NetHub?
Yeah, definitely, that's possible. And the really good part about it is not only that the device can be commissioned on multiple controllers, but also that the status of the device is then updated on each controller simultaneously. So for instance, if you have your light on, you can check it out both on your HomePod or in your Google Nest, and you will see that it's on both the devices at the same time.
Cool. Thank you, Marta. So we talked about building automation a lot, home domotics, those home applications, but Nano Matter can be way more than that. Have you ever played a vintage game I used to love a lot that's called Quake?
Me, I'm not
really
nerdy, I'm sorry, but let's see it. I mean, there are a lot of people loving playing games out there.
Yeah, I have to admit I'm one of those. Now, Quake is a very popular first-person shooting game that has been ported to the Nano Matter by Nicola Vrakin, staff solution architect at Silicon Labs, and it's really amazing. You want to check it out?
Of course. Maybe I will start playing afterwards.
With clever programming, the EFR32MG24 chip that is inside the module on the Arduino Nano Matter can be a powerful device. Our system architect, Nicola Rakian, as a personal project, has managed to port the full Quake game onto the Nano Matter. This includes monster behavior, doors, teleporters and secrets, with the 3D engine providing static and dynamic lighting, turbulent surfaces and underwater warping, together with Gouraud shading on enemies, objects and particles. The stereo audio includes ambient, static and dynamic sounds. We also designed a through-hole PCB that incorporates a screen, thumbstick, speakers, as well as the Nano Matter. The end result is that the game, with all its features, runs at an average of 27 frames per second. Once again, we have a YouTube video on the Silicon Labs channel showing gameplay and going into a bit more detail. If this type of project is of interest to you, there are more details in a Silicon Labs technical blog on our community site. And Nicola has a really deep dive on how it was achieved on his own blog site.
So what do you think? Cool demo, right?
Yeah, it was. Maybe I will start playing, even if I'm not used to.
Yeah, we had the chance to show the demo actually in Rome during the Maker Faire in October, and people went crazy about it.
Yeah,
many people tried to replicate it. Okay, so now we have also a surprise. Would you like to show your data locally?
With the Nano Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can do that now because we have a really, really fancy accessory for the Nano Matter that has been developed together with our friends from Pervasive Display. So as the name says, a display, right?
Which is e-paper display. And they will, Oliver Sidhu and Charmin Shu will tell you everything about it in the next video. Check it out.
Welcome to this webinar, in which we will be introducing the world's first e-paper development kit for Matter, also known as the EPDK Matter. The agenda for today's session includes an overview of e-ink technology, an introduction to our group and company, the detailed presentation of EPDK Matter, including 2 live demonstrations and resources. E-ink's biteable technology is at the core of the e-paper display, also known as EPD. This technology consists of a film of small capsules of polarized pigments in a clear fluid, which is sandwiched between 2 conductive layers, generated thereby attracts or repels the pigment particles. There are 3 and 4 more color pigment systems, which present thousands or full colors. Before I introduce Pervasive Displays, I would like to provide a brief overview of Vusion Group. Vusion Group is a global leader in smart digital labels and retail IoT solutions for physical commerce. It serves over 350 large retailers and has a market share of over 50% worldwide in Europe, America, and Asia. Vusion Group is a wholly owned subsidiary of Pervasive Displays. Pervasive Displays is a company 100% based in Taiwan that designs, manufactures and markets e-paper displays, delivers high-quality, energy-saving, industrial performance, ultra-low power consumption, excellent technical support and detailed documentation to help industrial and IoT designers to achieve various applications. Pervasive Displays is the world's first industrial EPD design house, and it offers remarkable driving waveforms and quality control insistence to serve its global customers. Let's take a look at what's inside the e-paper development kit for Matter. The EPDK Matter kit includes 2 main parts, the Extension 4 extension board and the 2.9 inches of high-definition e-paper display. The protective cover is hard to see in the picture because it is transparent. Accessories include 2x10 pins, spacers, nuts, and washers. You can connect the Extension 4 board to the Arduino Nano Matter board in 2 ways, using the Nano adapter board or the 2x10-way cable. Please note that the Arduino Nano Matter board is purchased separately. Connecting the EPD to the Extension 4 board is done in 4 steps. 1. Unlock the latch. 2. Align the cable. 3. Insert the cable into the ZIF. And 4. Press the latch. The standoffs, washers, and nuts hold the transparent protective cover on top of the e-paper display in place. Please also line up the silkscreen on board with the EPD size. To connect Arduino Nano Matter through adapter board, 5 steps. 1. Align the white ground marks each other. 2. Stack the matter onto the adapter board. 3. Flip the whole set. 4. Align the white mark with the Extension 4 board. And 5. Plug the set onto the Extension 4 board. The option 2 is using the 2x10-way cable, allows connecting the Extension 4 board to any other microcontroller board. Here is an example of implementation with the Arduino Nano Matter board. On a very standard way, the first demo shows "Hello" on the e-paper display. Code goes as follows. We include the library Pervasive displays library suite PDLS extension for basic matter with two parameters, the screen, here a 2.90 inches wide temperature, and the board, here the Arduino Nano Matter. The first step prepares the image for the landscape orientation, the font terminal 16 by 24, and we print hello. The second step refreshes the screen with the image. We call Flush to perform that. See how fast the procedure goes. Hello, Hello Matter, and Hello EPDK Matter are displayed sequentially. The second demo is a Matter weather station. It comes as an example ready to use, and was designed with Arduino and Silicon Labs. The Matter weather station relies on the temperature and relative humidity sensor of the extension 4 extension board. On the Arduino IDE, call the menu file, then Examples, scroll down to PDLS extension 4 basic matter. Select extension 4 matter and then extension 4 matter weather. The code is loader on the editor. Then, build and upload. Let's see the Matter weather station in action. Here, we are using Google Nest Hub as border router and Google Home on an Android smartphone as controller. First, commissioning. No display and need to search for the printed manual. The Matter device displays the QR code for an easy, fast, and secure commissioning. Once commissioned and connected, the smartphone receives and displays the temperature and relative humidity. The procedure is the same with Apple and Amazon ecosystems. The EPDK Matter is designed to work with two CR2450 coin cell batteries. ePaper requires power only to change the content of the display and is a perfect match for low-power matter. The second ready-to-use matter example of the library is an RGB LED. The Extension 4 board also packs a 3-axis accelerometer, with an example to rotate the display accordingly. There are button and passive NFC on board to provide more interactive applications. The PDLS library includes other features like GUI elements, touch management, graphics, for compatible screens. Pervasive Displays offers multiple resources. The technical wiki provides a gradual introduction to the ePaper technology and how to use it. The PDLS extension for basic matter is open source and hosted on a GitHub repository. The user guide focuses on how to use the different libraries, with commented examples, technical notes, and reference designs. The reference manual lists all the objects and functions, with details for their parameters and returned results. Finally, the technical support is available with a dedicated FAE. Thank you for your attention. Should you have any questions or require further assistance, please do not hesitate to contact us. We hope you have a good day.
So many thanks to our friends at Pervasive Display. Welcome, Martin.
Hi, yeah, it's great to be here.
So before we deep dive into some more discussion, Marta, can we buy the ePaper display from Pervasive Display?
Of course we can. So if you go directly through our resellers that are DigiKey and Mouser, you will find it there and you will be ready to get started with it.
So no excuses.
No.
Everybody
no
can
more.
start playing
Yeah.
with the Arduino Nano Matter. Cool. So let's start with a little discussion, Martin, about, can you tell us which smart hubs we can actually use for Matter application on the Arduino Nano Matter?
Yeah, sure. So Google, Apple, and Amazon, and also some of the other major smart home companies all have hubs that you can use with Matter over Thread. I think, as Marta said earlier, if you're buying a new hub, especially to work with this board, make sure it supports Matter over Thread, because you can also run Matter over Wi-Fi. But again, they're very popular and widespread now. And that's really one of the most exciting things about the Matter protocol, is that this is really the first time that those major smart home ecosystems have come together and created a system where they're all working together and you can put devices in those different systems. So this is really the power of Matter. Other options, if you're an open source advocate and you prefer an open source hub, then Home Assistant also have support for Matter in their hub. yeah, so yeah, they're widely available, and you certainly may have some already.
Thank you, Martin. I'm looking forward. I actually do have Home Assistant, so I will try it. And Marta, what devices we can create with the Nano Matter?
Oh, well, there are plenty of devices, also the one that we have already seen during this webinar. So if you go to the Arduino IDE and you look for the Arduino core for Matter, you will find there already tons of profiles that you can select, and they are ready to be used out of the box. But then in general, with Matter, you can use all the profiles that are already certified by the Connectivity Standard Alliance, which is basically the alliance managing Matter.
Yeah, the CSA.
The CSA entity. So you can go through them and understand that there are plenty of profiles that are also coming up in the next future and that we will support as well, so that your Nano Matter can become any device you would like to have in your home.
Thank you. And back to you, Martin. Can you tell us something more about the feature of the chip that we mount on the Arduino Nano Matter, so the Silicon Labs chip?
Yeah, so on the Nano Matter board, the chip actually comes in a module form, or actually a system on module form. But within there is our EFR32 NG24 wireless MCU. So this is really based on an ARM Cortex M33 chip. In terms of wireless, it offers IEEE 802.15.4 wireless. And that really forms the basis for the Thread radio network that we create. You can also run Zigbee protocols on there if you want to, though we don't currently have APIs for that, but the chip is capable of it, certainly. And in addition to that, we also have Bluetooth LE radio in there, and you can potentially run those concurrently. And the Bluetooth is really essential for Matter, as that's used to bring new devices into the network. So the exchange of credentials to allow that device to join the Thread wireless network is exchanged over the Bluetooth link. And it's also capable of Bluetooth mesh as well, if you've got an interest in that. So that's it really for the wireless side of things. It also has a lot of, all the normal peripherals that you would expect, UARTs, I2C, GPIO, ADC, all those kind of things. We have a very high level of security features. Many of those are used and help us speed up the commissioning of devices into the network. The addition of the Matter protocol has really raised the bar in terms of home networking security as well. So those are there to take advantage of. And we also offer very low power operation if you need that. So, ideal for battery powered type applications. And then the final thing that's really exciting that's in there that isn't currently exposed through Arduino is we also have a hardware vector processor in there. And that processor greatly speeds up the kind of operations that you would use for artificial intelligence and machine learning. So if you wanted to, make decisions, recognize things, it greatly speeds that up. Power. It's a very demo.
Okay, thank you very much, Martin. And I saw also we got some other question that our friends at Pervasive Displays answers. So what is the range? And they answered that 2.9-inch CPD works from minus 15 degrees Celsius to plus 60 degrees Celsius. Also, thanks to the user who testified how quick and easy it is to use and get it started with the platform. So we're running out of time. But before we close, there is a very important topic, which is security. So we have a feature that's called the Silicon Labs Secure Vault feature. So what encryption and authentication mechanism are implemented to secure the communication between devices, Marta?
Yeah, so Silicon Labs is offering this secure vault. That is also part of the chip that we are mounting on the product. That is basically including all the different needed hardware and software tools that allows us to protect our boards from cybersecurity threats, that are really popular, unfortunately, right now. And so it is basically delivering all those features that are needed to do this protection, like secure boot, secure key management, and so on and so forth. So you can also be sure that you can leverage this kind of solution not just in simple maker applications, but also in industrial setup without being professional setup. Yeah.
That's great. So yeah, we said it all. It's compact, it's powerful, it's easy to use. I hope you will all enjoy it. Of course, stay tuned to all of our channels. We will keep sharing many applications, demo tutorials, and creative applications from our community. Thank you, Martin. Thanks to the wider Silicon Labs and Pervasive Displays team. Thanks for connecting.
I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next few webinars that are coming soon.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.